Good morning. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Angelica with In God's Timing. Hope everyone is well and doing good this morning. I'm coming to talk to y'all briefly about life lessons and moving strategically in this season. I don't know if some of you all have been feeling the same way about that mindset of just to go, to push, to move, to step out on a faith. Doing something different, something that you may have never thought about doing. That's what I've been feeling. That's the way I've been being led. At the same time as we're moving, as we're gaining momentum, the enemy is always busy, right? He don't want to see us grow. He don't want to see us progress. He don't want to see us prosper. So being mindful how you move in this time, in this season, first and foremost, making sure you're dealing with any issues that you have. Your mindset, how you move, how you think, how you function, how you maneuver is vital, right now. Being able to think for yourself. I speak from a believer standpoint, knowing how to first and foremost get in relationship with God, being able to discern voices, discern the times that we're in, knowing how to prepare spiritually and naturally, because the enemy, he gets upset when you get to doing things as far as you trying to grow, you trying to do something for yourself. Oh, he get mad. He get mad. He operates through people, through systems, through situations, to keep you from fulfilling purpose. And that's what this is all about, fulfilling the purpose that you have for your life. It can be scary, right? Whether it be failure, setbacks, mistakes that we have made, it'll get you stuck sometimes, making you feel like, am I capable? Let me speak for myself. Am I adequate enough? Am I worthy? But as believers, we should already know that everything that we need, God has already equipped us with what we need, right? I've been blessed to see so many different people that have been promoting and educating, building up community, building up family. That's awesome, right? So, of course, nothing's by coincidence, things that are happening or things that are taking place. It's all orchestrated. But God allows things to happen for a reason, to get our attention, to draw us back closer to Him, and to show us that some stuff we've been sleeping on, right? We've been making a lot of reckless decisions, just like folk reckless driving. A lot of reckless things taking place, understanding that you can't move how you possibly may have moved before. We need strategic strategies, learning from everything, every situation, whether it be a mistake, the good, the bad, learning from it so you can grow, so you can mature in this season. And like when I said, was talking about dealing with your issues, dealing with, strongholds. You can get all the money in the world. You can have whatever job, you can keep moving, you can keep, getting on the grind, getting the bag, as people say. But if you don't deal with your mindset, the way you look at things, the way you view, how you treat people, your relationships, dealing with those internal things, it's going to arise again. Those same things that you tried to sweep under the rug, those same issues, those same flaws, those same sins, those generational things, they're going to come back. So regardless of how far you try to get, how much you try to prepare, this is a mind thing. It's a mental. Taking serious your progress, taking serious how you function, knowing that you got to get to a place that you have to understand that some things are bigger than us. So in the process of moving and growing and, getting ourselves together, the most important thing is to stay focused and being consistent, knowing that you can do whatever God has placed inside of you. He's already equipped you for it. It's power in prayer. Praying for for God to send the right people across your path. The right relationships, those that mean you no good, move them out the way. A lot of times as people, we overthink things. I'm guilty myself. We want everything in place, moving overly cautious. But this is a time that I've been sensing in my own spirit that is go time. Just start. Just go. He has all the details in his hands. Okay, like a GPS. You know, he's going to tell you left and right. And if you get off course, he'll reroute you. But the basics is staying focused. You can't go by everything everybody else does, how they do it, how they see it, what they talk about across the board, whatever it is. It's important to have your own personal relationship. It's important to be able to hear for yourself, not overthinking things. You're not going to know everything. That's a part of what faith is. Even when it doesn't make sense, when it doesn't feel good, when it's uncomfortable, even in all chaos, can you start? So then God begins to prove himself through his people, that even in the midst of chaos, even in the midst of confusion, how he has builders that are stepping out and stepping up, doing things a little bit unorthodox, being mindful of, you know, even just like I said, our relationships. I'm big on family, right? I'm big on family, community building, you know, growing and maturing, you know, getting to a point where at some point in your life, and some point in time, taking some type of accountability. Okay? Accountability for yourself and accountability for others, holding others accountable. A lot of the things that we're seeing is because we get to a point we don't like to communicate. We don't do well like that sometimes with my folk. We don't communicate well. Learning how to talk to people, but learning too to address those uncomfortable issues, because a lot of the things that keep arising and that we keep seeing taking place is because we ignore the warning signs, whether it be in a relationship, on a job, with your kid, whatever it is. A lot of times we ignore the warning signs where you can see, this might not be a good idea, right? This person, they didn't do that one too many times, but we'll ignore it. But then we see things start to happen and unfold that can be life-changing and life-altering because we ignored the warning signs. That's in any aspect of your life. Putting faith over fear. But at the same time, we can't do what everybody else does and get away with it. That's for some of us, right? Nobody gets away with anything. You reap what you sow. But sometimes it's so easy to get caught up in the lights and the glamour and all the different things of this world, materialistic things. That's why I said I'm so big on family, community, building, maturing, even lifestyle, things like healthy eating. There's so many different things that we need to change and mature, because many people say that America is an entitled generation, entitled country, where we haven't experienced what a lot of other people have, stocking up, preparing, still building, still growing, still doing the business, still, doing what you need to do, but at the same time preparing in the spiritual and in the natural. Because this is a mind thing, it's a heart thing. Things take place, people, they lose control. We're in a generation where a lot of people don't have self-control, or they become so numb they don't pay attention to the things that's taking place or what's happening. And then it's too late. So it's important as we move in these times, using those life lessons, right? Those mistakes that you made, the good and the bad. I've learned that even from jobs, even from people that I've been in relationships, family, whoever, to learn the good and the bad, right? So I know what to do and what not to do, right? When you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better, right? So then when you see certain things arise or certain situations in any aspect of life, you know how to not only withstand, but you know the necessary steps to take. Not saying that you're going to do it all perfect, but you know how to make moves, right? That's what strategically moving is. Setting up boundaries, okay? Not only that, getting to a place where you pay attention how other people move too, how they make moves. It's a blessing, and it's vital in these times to even allow your ears to be anointed. Asking God to anoint your ears, anoint your eyes, because there's so many different voices out here, You know, you can get sidetracked. It's like everybody got a get rich quick scheme. You know, just trying to get money. All money ain't good money, right? Everything that you want, everything that you desire is not always good for you. It might be a reason why you haven't gotten it yet. It might be a reason why it wasn't time to move. But in God's timing, come on, all things work together. Everything works together. So this is a time. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. You just know how to maneuver in these times. And you do that by seeking him first. Sometimes you got to let some folk go. Release some folk. Release some bitterness. You can't make anybody change. You can't change the past, but you can change your future. You can work on your present, your now. Now is the time. You know, like I said, with failure and so many different things, and just fear, right? It'll make you hesitant to step out because of things that we've experienced, some of us, you know, because of, you know, hearing those voices all the time, you know, you can't do this, or why you starting that business, or you don't know what you're doing. You know, the negativity will keep you from moving forward, that forward momentum, right now. And then don't tell everybody what you're doing. You got to pray about who you release and what you speak to as far as how you move, whether it be a business, a job, whether having a baby, whatever it is, a marriage, a relationship, whatever it is. Be mindful who you share things with, because everybody's not going to be happy for you. But it's important to share from the aspect of, if you're trying to help somebody, when I'm talking about building community, you know, dealing with our families, dealing with things that we experience, right? It helps somebody else. Your testimony, your test is not just for you. When you overcome by your testimony, right? It's important to share, because it may be somebody else that has went through what you went through. So when I mean, like I said, with those life lessons, those great areas, when the smoke has cleared, strive to help somebody else. When I talk about community, you know, we're so broken and so worldly minded. I roll my eyes real hard that you don't even have community like that anymore, as far as like neighbors and, you know, looking out for each other. Everybody, so many, I ain't gonna say everybody, but so many have gotten so sneaky. Every man for themselves. You never know when you might need somebody. So be mindful how you treat people. Like I said, stocking up and preparing, but still building at the same time. Because God is showing who he is. The enemy feel like he got everybody by the reins, right? That chokehold. And some he may. But when you break free and you get to a point and have a mindset where this is the time. It's time out for all the games. It's time out for a lot of time we second guess ourselves. You got one life to live. That's all you get. It's too many parents bearing their children. Okay, it's too many. It's the death toll is high. You know, folk only gonna tell us what they want us to hear. But if you look around and pay attention, if you choose not to heed the transparency of the things that's taking place now, that's your choice. But it's a lot of stuff that is well lit, well lit. You see very well. It's clear, right? That what's taking place. It's not by a lot of things that's taking place. Many of it, it's not by coincidence. It's for a reason. So this is the time. Like I said, it's important to build relationships, keep building, treat people like you want to be treated, because what you do comes back on you. I get tired of hearing sometimes people be like, you know, they nasty because of this and they nasty because of that. And they got a nasty attitude and whatever job they in. They don't know how to talk to people. Stop justifying those excuses. We know it's going to be people nasty and silly and reckless, whether it be on the road in different areas or whatever it is. Like I said, be mindful how you treat people, because it always comes back. So don't think that you don't get so high and caught up in yourself that you forget where you came from. I see it all the time. People's lives changed in the blink of an eye, whether it be from sickness, you know, death, you know, all kind of things, where it could be you. I'm big on that. That's one of the things that's humbled me. You never know. It could be you. So be mindful how you treat people, even with helping. I'm not saying let people get all over, you know, go all over you and use and abuse you. But sometimes you got to know to be able to help somebody else because it was somebody that took the time to help you. But for me, in God's timing, my life, my everything revolves around me keeping God first. So in every decision I make, every move that I make, I'm adamant and strive to make sure I keep him first in what I do. It's important. It means everything to me because I've seen so many lose, gain, setbacks. God is a giver and he allows things to be taken. So don't ever get so comfortable that you forget where you come from. This is the time. It's go time. Even though we in the storm, come on, even though we in the eye of the storm, start making moves. Pray about it. Ask God to lead you. Send the right people across your paths. You know, whatever business venture, whatever it is, stepping out on faith, it's uncomfortable. I can say that for myself. We all learn in different ways, right? He'll send the right people across your path. Even understanding that we don't all know everything. Allowing yourself to learn from somebody else or get help from somebody else, right? That's humility. Don't feel like you know everything. It's always somebody that may know a little bit more than you, that's a little more seasoned in certain areas that can be of a benefit to whatever you got going on, whatever you're trying to do. God will give provision for the vision. But being authentic and real in everything you do, it makes a difference. And when I talk about those strategic moves, your lifestyle, your mindset, how you walk, how you talk, how you carry yourself is vital. Don't get caught in the crossfire thinking that it's all good, that I can't be touched. Don't get so prideful, materialistic. It's important to have people around you to help you to stay humble. Asking God to keep you humble, especially in these times, because like I said, when things pop off, that mental is real. People can look like they got it all together, but when certain things take place, you see it's survival of the fittest. They don't respond how you thought they were going to respond because you thought they had it all together. They looked the part like they had it all together. It's totally different when things begin to happen. So even though being all chaos, and as I said, the eye of the storm, this is the time because God has proven himself through his people. God has proven himself through everything that has taken place, that he's still God. But the enemy is mad. That's why I say be careful on how you move. Look, pray about everything. The prayer about everything in this season. Because the enemy get mad. He don't want to see nobody. Look, come on. We in a controlled environment, controlled world. All these different things that are taking place. It's all about a control, and seeing how you function. A lot of things we touched and we did, it was all about seeing how you would respond. And many responded just as they needed. But what come from it? A lot of folk have lost their lives. As I said, God allows things to happen to get our attention. On top of things happen is prophecy. But at the same time, while we building, God is building his kingdom. Fighters, right? Love, look, what is it? I am my brother's keeper. So you all be blessed. As I said, life lessons. Look at mistakes that you made, the good and the bad. Learn from it. Learn from other people, right? Don't keep doing this, going through the same cycles and patterns. Knowing how to and learning how to move strategically in this season and in these times. Because in due season, come on, you'll reap if you faint not. So y'all be blessed. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm Angelica with In God's Timing, and I will talk to y'all soon. Be blessed.